All right, hey everyone, Jeff here at StopThePirates.blogspot.com, January the 26th, 2016. I just want to talk a minute today about the prison population in the United States, because there was an interesting article that came out today on Activist Post talking about due process is dead in the United States, which it is if you've had any experience in the legal justice system. And the statistics are, it's 95% of all inmates in America have never received a trial. And I'll just read a little bit of this. The land of the free, 1/4 of the entire planet's prison population, some 2.2 million people, currently languish behind bars, yet an astonishing number of them, around 2 million, have never been to trial. Indeed, these figures categorically debunk the notion that the criminal justice system in the United States maintains any semblance of its formation's original intent, to ensure the guilty suffer punishment befitting their crimes, while the innocent avoids false convictions. As the fundamental basis for this justice system in the United States, the Sixth Amendment states, in all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed, which district shall have been previously ascertained by law, and to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation, to be confronted with the witness against him, to have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor, and have assistance counsel for his defense. But I'm not going to make this a long video, but if you know anything about anything, that you know that the prison industrial complex in this country is a big business. And then you get into the legal system with the attorneys and things, and here are people who are upwardly mobile climbers that are looking to move up in the system, and the only way to do that is to get convictions. And they have a 98% conviction rate. So, and if you are brought in, I'm all for people that do bad things to be punished for them, but giving someone a life sentence for 3 strikes for theft or things like that, it doesn't really make any sense, and the money can be better spent. But there is no real money to they're actually making money by tapping into your exemption account that was set up at your birth. And then what they do when they do arrest you is they make the county jail that they put you in so horrible and so terrible that you just want to do anything, cop a plea to get out of there. And that's all done by design. But another little article here. So, if you're poor, you almost never go to trial. Instead, you will be forced to accept a plea deal offered by the government prosecutors. And if you are poor, the word of the police, who are not averse to fabricating or tampering with evidence, manipulating witnesses, and planting guns and drugs, will be accepted in a courtroom as if they were the word of God. And if you are poor, and especially if you are of color, almost anyone who can verify your innocence will have had a police record of some kind, and thereby will be invalidated as a witness. If you are poor, you will be railroaded in an assembly line production from a town or city where there are no jobs, through the police stations, county jails, and courts directly into prison. And if you are poor because you don't have money for adequate legal defense, you will serve sentences that are decades longer than those for equivalent crimes anywhere else in the industrialized world. Yeah, so why in America do we have these real long, minimum maximum sentences and everything? Because, and this is just one aspect of it, like during World War II, they sold war bonds to finance the wars, because the United States government is bankrupt. They don't have any money. They actually operate and fund themselves through off-the-book black projects. Like they bring in all the drugs into the country, and they make the country poor, which induces people into crime, basically. They fund the bling cultures, the music industries, the TV, and it's all designed to get the younger people in the dumbed down schools. That it's like prison training anyway, to get you into the system. Where once you're in the system, they pimp you out to making anything from working in a call center to making the vests or the helmets for the soldiers in the wars. But anyway, getting back to the war bonds, they used to sell war bonds to, and as a good patriotic Americans, everybody bought war bonds back then. But now what they do is they, all the crimes have a commercial value to them, a monetary value. So when you go into court and you don't pay the charge, they hold you in one of their warehouses and they issue a default judgment, and then they securitize that and sell it on the on the open market as mortgage-backed securities. So that's basically what goes on, and that's why it happens. So we're living on a prison plantation here, and it just sucks, you know. But you get the word out and try to talk to people about what's really going on in these courts. There's no justice there. I mean, even if you understand that when you go into even if you do go to a trial, the facts are on the moon, because it has nothing to do with the facts. The fact is we're operating under international maritime admiralty law, and when an officer charges you, you're guilty. And guilty doesn't mean you did it. It just means that you're going to pay. As bizarre as that sounds. It's like they ask you, first, what's your full true name? And as soon as you give them that name, you're contracting with them. And they'll read the charge to you and ask you if you understand the charge. Now, they're not asking you if you speak English and you just understood what he said. And everybody goes, yeah, I understand that, you know, but it doesn't mean I did it. When you say, yes, I understand the charge, that means you're going to stand under the charge, you accept the charge. How do you plead? Not guilty. Now you're in dishonor. And there is no way. And that's why we talk about things like jury nullification and things, which they really, really don't want you to know about. So my advice to anybody is go to trial. I mean, what do you have to lose? See, but they scare you in there. You know, you can take this deal, or you can roll the dice and have a trial. But if you lose the trial, they're going to throw the whole book at you. They're going to give you the maximum sentence, which isn't necessarily true. And I've talked to people that have gone to sentencing, gone to trial, and still been found guilty, which doesn't mean you did anything. There's no facts. It just means you're going to pay. And then when they sentence you, you have to agree to that. They'll ask you. We hereby, you know, mandate you to 10 years in federal prison. Do you understand that? You just go, no. I'm not going to sign for that. And they go, well, how about 7 years? No. Better talk to your attorney. Well, come back. How about 5 years? No, I'm not going for that either. Swear to God. It's a total criminal system where people are running it don't give a shit about their fellow human beings, and they traffic in human weakness. That's how the police operate too. They can't help anybody really until someone has violated a statute or a code, and they're only there as privately owned, run-for-profit corporations. Look it up on Dun & Bradstreet. Whoever your police department is in your area, they're a corporation. They're there to protect the mother corporation and arrest code breakers. And they're not even a real court. They're administrative law courts. They're not even real judges. So that's kind of my big thing is getting the understanding of how this works out there. And I should cut it off right there. But if you're interested in this kind of information, go to stopthepirates.blogspot.com. Thanks.